How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have some massive news actually breaking right now about Blackrock. They did something pretty interesting here today. We also have a deadline of 5 days. I know in my last video I talked about how Blackrock was giving you 1 day, but we actually have a deadline of 5 days for another cryptocurrency. Like literally, you need to do something in 5 days. Actually makes me think even more Bitcoin is so awesome. So we'll talk about that. Also, tomorrow we have a rate decision. We'll get into all that. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. There are links to BTCC underneath the video. They have deep liquidity. You can sign up in just a few minutes because they don't have KYC, and you can trade hundreds of different cryptos. I think this is the time to leverage trade. I've been saying that since we were in the 50s, but you can take advantage of these big days coming up here very soon by leverage trading responsibly. So definitely check that out underneath the video. Also some other links down there as well in case you want to sign up for something like Margex. Now, let's start here. Thursdays and Fridays over the last 3 months have been by far the most bullish days of the week. Kind of interesting, and of course that can always change, but the average return on those days is about 1% on Bitcoin, 1 to 1.25. So let's say Thursday and Friday are both right on par, 1% up and 1% up. That puts us around $69,000. Obviously, that's a very important level because of the fact that we have been rejected in the previous cycle around $69,000. That was the peak. And then also we've seen a couple rallies up to 69 to 70,000 and got rejected by that downtrend line. So we're really looking for a breakout above that amount, but don't be surprised if we're running up to 70,000 or 69,000 in the very near future. I mean, we were at 68,400 or 68,500 today. So I would not be surprised to see us move up or even down, right? Up or down pretty violently while we're around this level, right? There's a lot of people placing bets. I actually saw a good number of options expirations for the end of the year around $100,000. So there's going to be a ton of volatility over the next 3 months, which means there's a lot of potential for gains as well. Apologize too. I feel like my nose is a little bit stuffed up here, but we'll get through it. We have the European rate policy decision tomorrow. Hopefully, more cuts coming that will stimulate the economy. More stimulus would do well for Bitcoin. I'm not sure that's good in the long term, but that is the way the world is trending. More liquidity, more stimulus, lower rates, good for Bitcoin. So be on the lookout for that. We also have the news coming from Blackrock, and then we'll get to the cryptocurrency news too. Blackrock just bought 5,802 Bitcoin here today. I'll say that again, 5,802 Bitcoin. That is around $390 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, FBTC bought about $15 million worth of Bitcoin. As I said yesterday, this reminds me of what they did towards the beginning of the year where like one entity would buy a lot one day, and the other entity would buy just a small amount, and then they'd change the next day. They just kept on doing this. But today we saw just a massive amount from Blackrock. Keep in mind, this is 4 days of massive inflows. Over the last 4 days, we've had just about $1.6 billion of inflows into these ETFs. That definitely pushes up the price drastically. Okay, that is why we're seeing a massive rally. We're seeing, and the fact is, if we're seeing that from ETFs, there are probably other entities that are doing the same thing, right? That just aren't so obvious, right? We don't get publicized this information on every single Twitter account every single day when a whale buys, right? Unless it's Mr. 100 or something like that. So it will be interesting to watch. Of course, we do have Tesla earnings next week as well, about 7 days away. We also have a big cutoff for World Mobile Token. Now, this is not a token I hold, but you have to switch from WMT over to WMTX, I believe, in 5 days. And I'm sure there are tons of scams out there, so be careful. There's scams all over crypto. But I find this really interesting because that is one more reason that Bitcoin is just so nice. There's nothing you have to do, right? With some cryptocurrencies, you have to convert them. You have to be ready when they upgrade to different versions. You have to be paying attention. You have work. You could possibly get scammed. With Bitcoin, you just buy it, put it on cold storage, and you know exactly what it is. You never have to change it. I'd say you can put a price on that, right? There's got to be some risk. Any cryptocurrency that you need to keep up with, that you need to be able to transfer, that you need to be able to shift over to different versions of it. Like, there's a non-zero chance that you lose that capital, or that you get scammed, or that you miss it completely. You're on vacation, you're unplugged from Twitter because there are other things going on in your life, and you get screwed out of your tokens. I know there are people that have done that before. So, yeah, Bitcoin just, again, when I see stuff like this, Bitcoin looks so attractive from that standpoint. You just buy it and hold it. Cold storage, don't worry about it. So, yeah, I think this reminds me again, especially if you have like 20, 25 cryptos, 50 cryptos, 100 cryptos, there's a lot to keep up with. So, yeah, I think we have to remember that. During the bear market, during the bull market, we want to hold more Bitcoin than we want altcoins, especially at the end of the cycle, because they'll drop a lot more. But we don't want to get our hands in too many cookie jars. Also, you spread out your time amongst a bunch of different cryptos and you get subpar returns then. Now, going back to Blackrock just for a minute, they bought so much Bitcoin here today. What do you think they're going to do when rates continue to get lower? What do you think they're going to do when liquidity goes up? What do you think they're going to do over time? Do you think they're going to add Bitcoin to more portfolios, put a heavier allocation towards it? Do you think when Bitcoin goes up to 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, that clients are going to look at it and say, no, I don't want allocation to the best performing asset of all time that I've already missed out on a little bit. I'm just going to hold off. I'm never going to buy it. No, they're going to get FOMO. They're going to want to buy in as well. BlackRock is going to be talking about for the long term. And to be clear, like, they have small allocations in Bitcoin right now. They're going to grow them over time, but also they can't come in and say, yeah, put 30% of your portfolio in it. Because then people will do that when Bitcoin's at $130,000, get sour on it, and then never want to buy it again. All right? They've got to put in a small amount because it will go up drastically and people will FOMO, and they realize that. So they have to protect people from their own FOMO. So that's why I think we're seeing a smaller amount towards Bitcoin that they specifically say you should allocate. Of course, there's still hedge funds that come in and say, no, we're going to allocate 5%, 10%, 30%. But when they put it in their own portfolios, they're starting small. But I would not be surprised if during the bear market, there's some moment where they increase allocation 5-fold, 10-fold, 50-fold on some of these portfolios that are just small fractions of a percent in Bitcoin. And they start allocating real capital towards it. And that could kind of keep us at a minimum price. Like, there might just be someone continuously buying. We see that in the stock market sometimes when you have a really profitable company, but their stock is getting sold off, let's say Apple, they just go out and buy their own shares, and it helps them contain the downside. We also saw that, I think, with Binance last bear market. Like, they did not fall down. BNB token did not fall down much. I think it's because they kept on buying their own token basically off of the people that want to sell. So that will be really interesting to see, but I think we have a very bright future in front of us. If you think we have a bright future in front of us in crypto, you can check out the link to BTCC in case you want to trade crypto. Also, there's the link to Margex. I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Just a massive amount of buying. It's really cool. Thank you so much. See you all in the next one. Bye.